Your whole life is revolved around talking about other people's lives.
What the fuck do you think your ass is doing on that podcast now?
This podcast is sponsored by Graffiti Tax Services. For all your tax preparation needs, you can go to graffititax.com. We're going to put the link right here. It should be somewhere. And yeah, you can head to them for during tax season. And if you have any financial or tax preparation questions, head to Graffiti Tax Services. They're our new sponsor. Thank you to Graffiti Tax Preparation Services. That's it.
Now,
Mustard!
Young, what the fuck? You're now listening to Talk FNF TV. I'm your host, Absurd Rhetoric. I'm with my lovely and amazing co-host, Miss Realitea.
Hi, guys. K-Dot drop, nigga.
All right, let's just, we got a lot of energy here. Let's
so much energy.
Let's keep it, a little mellow.
No,
that's all.
I refuse.
So this episode wasn't even supposed to happen this week. I thought we was going to take a break off for the holiday.
Absolutely not.
We were going to be able to enjoy ourselves.
No.
But no, that's not what happened, man.
No.
That man from Compton interrupted our regularly scheduled
marketing
program.
Just dropped.
So
in the middle of the day.
As y'all know, I'm not the K-Dot fan here, so I'm gonna give the reins over to Miss Realitea here. We're gonna break down some of this album, talk about some videos, and then we gotta talk about my boy too. So it's been a lot going on. That bitch. That's hate.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't curse so early in the episodes.
All right, man. It's on you.
I was trying to think of a nicer word for it, but the word I said encompasses it. So let's start. So Kendrick dropped GNX, 12 tracks.
Gay niggas X-rated.
That's stupid. So
other vaginal option wasn't?
Huh?
Other vaginal option wasn't? That wasn't stupid.
That was
stupid.
It
that
was more
stupid.
creative than gay niggas X-rated.
That
sounds
stupid.
like a horrible porn site with all of the pop-ups.
What is the other vaginal option? There's only one vagina.
Sounds like medication. It sounds like medication. Sounds like a tagline to a different form of birth control.
Sound like what Lamar Odom bought.
Ooh. Why is Lamar in it?
Kendrick Lamar. I was trying to keep it
okay, I see what you did there.
See what
you did there. Okay, so
that's why I didn't know how we were going to start this off. I didn't know we wanted to give our just overall thoughts on the album before we went through each song.
Oh, you want to do that? Let's do that really quickly.
Yeah, we can start off with just that, and then we can kind of break down. So, do you want to go forward or?
Yeah, I thought the album was like solid. It, like all the whole 12 tracks I enjoyed. There were a couple songs that I didn't enjoy in the first listen. Like which one was it? Peekaboo. I didn't enjoy when I first listened to it, but it grew on me. So I enjoyed the album. It was really good. I thought it was really well produced. I thought a lot of the beats were great. Like the first time I listened to it, I was in the car with my friends and we were all like bopping. Like, so it was a good listen.
Yeah, I mean, I liked how
I thought it was really digestible too, because we were driving and then it was just done and we were like, oh.
Mm-hmm. It was about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I probably liked about, I want to say maybe like a quarter of the songs. Probably like 4 songs that I really liked. The rest of them I could do without. It was probably like Luther, GNX, The Heart Part 6, and the Wacced Out Murals.
Wacced Out Murals?
Wacced Out Murals, yeah. That was the 2-3 I liked. Other ones, to me, it was a lot of songs. Like, I felt that he could have, other people probably would have sounded way better doing if he would have wrote it for him. Just like if they did the exact same work, like Gloria, that sounded like a Childish Gambino song to me. Like I felt like Childish Gambino could have ripped that. I felt like there was a lot of songs on here where he was kind of, I wouldn't say emulating Drake, but it was kind of like a Drake modelish in regards to some of the songs.
Oh my God.
I did feel that. Can you have my opinion? Can I have my opinion?
Your opinion is garbage.
I just felt like he was doing a lot of the stuff that people would criticize Drake for. I thought he did it good, but I don't think it sounded that good to me. It wasn't, his voice isn't something that really resonates with me the way other rappers are. Like I say, I felt like a lot of these songs, the beats were good. Some of the flips were really good, but it was Kendrick that wasn't really giving me what I really wanted to hear. But we can go through each song.
So the album starts with Wacced Out Murals. And it was a really strong start, honestly. I was like, this is an absolutely crazy intro. Like, so he addresses a couple people on the track. He makes a couple comments. So let me take out my phone too, because I got screenshots of the lyrics on my phone. So he addressed at the end white comedians. So Andrew Schultz
Took a shot.
Yeah, definitely. Who else do you think he was addressing when he said
it was
just Andrew Schultz?
Yeah, that was the only person who was in the news that was doing that. Academics even talked to Schultz. He said that is this guy so woke? Like he basically implied that like Kendrick is too woke for a joke, and that was basically his comeback for it. He didn't really have too much to say about it, but
you can't have too much to say about it.
I mean, you got a point there. Like
Mustard did his thing producing this album. He produced a lot of the songs. So the first song is Wacced Out Murals. So he came at Andrew Schultz, and then he came at a couple other people during the song. So he came at Snoop Dogg. Mm-hmm. He said, Snoop posted Tailor Made. I prayed it was the edibles. Couldn't believe it. It was only right for me to let it go. And then Snoop today, or like a couple days ago when Kendrick dropped the album, came out and tweeted, K. new album, GNX, mad fire and microphone emojis. It was the edibles. West King.
We'll bring up Taylor.
So he ran that back.
we'll bring up Tailor Made in. But like I said, this song was pretty good. I mean, I think people were over exaggerating with them taking quote unquote shots. I don't think it was really a shot at Snoop. The Wayne one though.
He literally said Snoop, like it wasn't he just brought it up. He
just said his
like,
name.
Nigga,
yeah.
like that was weird.
He just said his name, but I feel like the Wayne one there does need to be question about that.
He also came away and he said, I used to bump the Carter 3. I held my Rolly chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Got the Super Bowl and Nas was the only one to congratulate me. All these niggas agitated. I'm just glad it's on they faces.
That's a J. Cole diss too, under that, because the whole let Nas down.
Oh yeah.
In regards to that, so that was a J. Cole shot as well. So.
Yeah, that was not a good song either.
But no, I understand why Wayne took it the way he did. I think people keep coming under this assumption that Wayne wasn't told something. I feel as though Wayne was told, he was promised something, and that's why anything that you discuss in regards to him about that is why he feels like that he was going to be the next up. He was told something.
Has he come out and said like
he's all but said it.
He did that Instagram post talking about, oh, you don't want to wake the sleeping giant.
I thought it was a Twitter.
Or wherever he posted it. He posted it somewhere on social media saying that like, just leave me be, like blah, blah, blah. I assume he was addressing Kendrick. Mm-hmm. So what does a Wayne and Kendrick beef look like?
That's not going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I want to talk about what it looks like.
Because Wayne beefs don't really happen like other beefs. Usually he just brings you up in one or two bars and is never brought up again.
Yeah, who has Wayne actually gone back and forth with? I don't think Wayne's gone back and forth with. Huh?
He's gone back and forth with Gilly the Kid. You don't remember when that happened back in the day?
No, who the fuck?
He literally has a famous verse that he did where he took a shot at him, but
I've never, as a New Yorker, heard
and a lot. I mean, I would
before I would his think podcast now.
I would think you would have, being him from Philly.
Yeah, I don't know niggas from Philly. What is Philly?
I'm trying to think who else he went out with. It's not too many people that he just went bar for bar, made like big time diss songs at.
No, so, like I don't think Wayne has had a back and forth.
Even when he went with Jay-Z and stuff, it was just shots with just like petty rap shots. It was never nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So that's why I said I don't think seeing Wayne in the battle with anybody would be anything.
Especially now.
Especially with a more
that his brain has been ravaged by drugs and syrup. His synapses don't fire the same way anymore.
Syrup is sick. I don't think it ever fired for disses though. I think he just could take funny little shots here and there. So I think
his
that would
brain was always great when it came to lyricism. Like everyone said that he just went in the booth and never wrote anything down and just spit his shit down.
But I mean, that don't translate to dissing somebody and making be able to take shots at people. So
maybe not, but he's clever. I feel like if he tried, it would be good.
I think we would have been heard it if it was something that.
Yeah, I feel like maybe he's just not interested in beefing with niggas.
I mean, niggas was shooting at you. Tour bus. I think it's good to give him a couple bars after that. So, that's peace.
So the next song was Squabble Up that he teased it at the beginning of Not Like Us, and we knew it as Broccoli, but it's Squabble Up. And he dropped the video to this like 2-3 days after the album.
Yeah. So
everyone was absolutely losing their goddamn minds.
This does not feel like a lead single for me though. I don't know. I didn't. This was not one of my favorites at all. I didn't really.
Well,
like
you have horrible taste in music.
It doesn't matter.
So
it doesn't matter what you think at all. But no. To me, it sounded like he was trying.
Listening to Kevin Gates, like what? What?
Kevin Gates be snapping sometimes though.
What?
But he does. No, Kevin does. You're gonna be looking crazy when you say Kevin Gates. But with this one right here, it seemed like he was trying to recapture, because he did this on a few songs where he had that West Coast beat where he was trying to seem like he tried to recapture what he caught with Not Like Us a little bit.
The whole a lot of the album was literally like an ode to West Coast, so that makes sense.
This just seemed like the first time
the album cover, the car, like it was like a old school, like really famous car in LA that like all the
it was in Boys in the Hood and shit.
Yeah,
he is constantly stuck, and that's what I got from most of his album as well too. He's just constantly stuck, like he's in a John Singleton movie. Like he really feels like he's Kane or O-Dog or what was Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character. Like that's who he feels like he is. Like he's stuck in that epitome. Like Drake was right, yo. You think you Bishop and Juice, and
Drake thinks he's a fully black man. So there were a bunch of like different references. So the whole green room thing was a Roots reference to one of their songs. It was called The New Movement. Mm-hmm. So it was basically the same as that. So there were like African American flags, the American flag that's black, green, and red. Mm-hmm.
Not to be mistaken with the Black Heritage flag. Black American Heritage flag. He
had the book that he was reading, How to Be More Like Kendrick for Dummies. I want him to put that out so I can get that as a coffee book table. Please, Kendrick.
There also was a part in there, I guess they had like words in the background, like they were doing like an old game show. With the couple, and somebody put it in Chat GBT, and what they found was it spelled a Latin phrase called Omni Eswa Laquid, which means everything is something.
Yeah.
So I think that plays into the fact that a lot of the imagery that you've seen in the video, it was part of
for a reason. Yeah.
But the funny thing about that video is that video looked like an episode of Improper Improv. If y'all not familiar with Flip Show, that's exactly what it looked like. It looked like he did exactly Flip Show.
I'm not familiar because I've never.
It was just like him around a whole bunch of chaos, and that's what
Flip
what
Show that actually reminds me of? Eric Andre, because that's Eric actually what I've seen before.
Yeah, but Eric used the idea of taking a familiar setting and then inverting it. This was just one scene, and we're just going to do a whole bunch of stuff.
He's been doing that a lot, though. The Not Like Us video was also low. The Not Like Us video also looked like that. He was just like in a white room with a bunch of stuff going on around him. He's been doing that a lot, like that type of visual. So,
but he had more cuts than that. This was literally just like a cheap ass video.
I don't think it was cheap. I think it was for a reason, because it was literally referencing the Roots music video, and that's how the Roots music video was. It was a choice.
Yeah, but when you making an homage to that, that's cool and all.
And there were homages to a lot of things.
Yeah, they had
the
Boys in the Hood. Like I said, he's constantly in the John Singleton movie. He had the Boys in the Hood, little boy riding in the back.
Yeah, he had that too.
He had the Ice-T cover because he was wearing the blue like Ice-T. Then he had the girl.
He had the Ice-T cover art with the booty and the gun.
Yeah, the girl with the gun and had her ass out. So I mean,
he had the Do the Right Thing reference, Radio Raheem. Instead of the love hate, he had hood love on his rings.
Also, too, you didn't add when that the African American flag that was up. That also was a reference to the Twitter page who was releasing all the information about Drake and things of that nature. That Ebony page.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, it was like Ebony Prince or whatever that was posting all of that Drake information. So that was also a nod to them as well.
Yeah, and there was a lot of homage to the Bay. So that was like great to see for all the LA people. Like as I was reading the comments, all the people from the Bay were like super happy that he acknowledged and paid homage to them. So that's cool. There was a Jesus Save Gangsters 2 poster that he was signing, and it's actually a LA based ministry that tries to get like gang members to turn their lives over to God. Mm-hmm. So that's what that was referencing. And then the whole video was filled with Easter eggs about how another album is dropping. So
hold on, before you get into that, did the heavyset women mean anything?
Oh, I didn't see anything other than good for the big girls. I don't know.
Okay, I'm just asking. I couldn't figure it out. So
me neither. I don't think anybody figured that part out because everything that I consumed today, I didn't see anything referencing the heavyset women.
So I was like, what, the Gross Sisters from California? Oh, that okay, my bad.
All of them weren't even big.
All three of the girls in the back, yes, they were. That was like the main point of them all. You can see like they had the thing open and bellied out.
Okay. So there's definitely another album dropping, right? So he had Nate Dogg's G-Funk Classic in the background, which is a double album. There was a volume 1 and volume 2. There's the Man in the Black Robe. That was referencing Isaac Hayes' album, Black Moses, which also a double album. The video reference, the Roots, the New Movement, was from their album Things Fall Apart, double album. And then he also pays homage to All Eyes on Me, which also is a double album. So everyone on the internet has kind of been saying that maybe Kendrick is going to drop another album even before the year is over, which is absolutely insane. Because if you're a Kendrick fan, we usually have to wait like 3-4 calm years before we get another project. So,
but when you in real artist mode, when they actually making you push out content, you can't do that kind of funny guy shit.
Yeah, but you can't. So usually don't drop an album 2 months apart
unless you somebody else. But it's cool.
Yeah, like
Future, Drake, people who do that, regularly. But
do other people do that regularly?
Future has
2
done
months
it.
apart.
Drake,
you usually like do a deluxe to the album that you just dropped, but a whole nother body of music.
I just named 2
people.
We'll see
what Kendrick does,
and we'll see if it holds up. But we'll discuss that at the end of this breakdown for the album.
I thought the video was great and I enjoyed it. So next song is Man at the Garden, and I'm gonna be playing that song every single morning for the entire year of 2025.
No, that was one of the ones I didn't like either.
It was manifesting abundance. I loved it. All of my friends, when we played it in the car, we were like, oh yes, this is it. This is making me feel like I want the VVS's and the diamonds because I deserve it all. That's
what I was trying to figure. Who are you trying to convince, us or yourself? That's what I was thinking the whole time while I was listening to the song.
No, it was a manifestation song.
Oh, that's what y'all calling it?
That's what you put things into the universe so they can become true.
Hip hop used to call that flexing, but now we got manifestation songs. Great.
Oh, both. He was manifesting and flexing.
Okay.
He deserves all the things that he has.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want from your Black Messiah. Salute.
He's not my Messiah.
I didn't say it was yours. I'm talking in general.
No, but he's nobody's Messiah.
Okay.
Salute. That's absolutely fucking insane.
Salute.
You're so pretentious.
I'm pretentious. Did you hear this? Okay.
He's not my Messiah
all. This album isn't pretentious though.
No.
Okay. You go. Keep going.
He's had more pretentious albums.
I mean, we're going to get into all that at the end of this. Let's just go through the songs.
So the next song is Hey Now. And that I enjoyed that beat a lot. Like I was like, okay, he's not playing with us. And Mustard also, it's produced by Mustard and Soundwave. Mustard again put his whole fucking foot in this goddamn album. Then Reincarnated is the
so fuck what I gotta say about it, right?
Honestly, yeah. But go ahead.
See, this is what I'm saying. How are we supposed to have a conversation about it? You say, fuck what I gotta say. But that was another song where I felt like the beat was actually really good that it was underperformed on with just his voice. Like a lot of these songs were, if he wasn't on there, if somebody else's voice was on there, it would have sounded so much better to me. But it's just the way that he comes onto a track. It's like a little anime dude. Like it doesn't really sound like a hip hop star for me with a lot of this. But even with the next one, Reincarnated, like, who was he trying to be, Tupac or Eminem?
So none of them. So the song Reincarnated is a bunch of verses, but it's like him reincarnating into different artists until he's himself again, and then he has a conversation with God, I think. So the first verse is apparently John Lee Hook. So he was a famous blues artist back in the day. Apparently. I'm not 100% sure about this. The second verse is definitely Billie Holiday. The third verse is Kendrick's perspective. And then the fourth verse is either him speaking to God or him speaking from him rapping from the perspective of the archangel Sadalphon, who is the archangel of music in the heavens.
Okay,
with
the beat itself though, you didn't feel like he was trying to like channel an inner Tupac or something that was going on?
Yes, 100%. The first verse he was rapping like Tupac, but he wasn't.
To me, it sounded like Eminem. That's what I'm saying. It felt like he was trying to
it was
channel
definitely Tupac.
I know what you're saying. To me, it felt like he was trying to channel Tupac, and it ended up coming out like Eminem, which was funny to me. But that's what I kept hearing because I'm like, this sounds
interesting. I didn't think it sounded like. I thought it.
This sounded like Stan
like
Eminem. This sounded like I'm throwing out my closet type shit, like that kind of Eminem. And that's what I was hearing with it because I'm like, dang, why do I keep I hear this Tupac like beat flipped, but then you sounded like Marshall Mathers the whole time, which is so crazy. But again, that one I felt like he would have sounded better if he was just sounding like him. Like that probably would have been a better song for that.
Yeah, but there was a whole like concept to it. So okay, so Reincarnated is one of those songs that like you enjoy in concept, but you're not gonna like listen to that over and over and over again. Like, but it's a good song. So the next song is TV Off. Mustard.
Why are y'all so impressed by a grown man yelling another man's name?
Nigga, it's just fun. Like, what do you mean? And it's like 2 minutes into the song too. Like,
I mean, he does the beat flip and then goes into that.
Yeah. So he was like, like it's just fucking fun.
Okay, now it's fun. Okay,
like
it's funny.
And then I was just so taken aback by how long he yelled it too. Like we were in the car, and we were just like, oh, okay. What the fuck? Like Kendrick, like I said before, always has a super animated side to him. So this is not like new. I like the beat flip a lot. It was good. The next song is Dodger Blue.
I hated that song so
I
much.
love that song.
Every time.
It's a little. That's how I feel about Luther. Did I talk about Luther?
No.
Oh my God, I didn't even talk about Luther. Luther,
one of the better songs actually on this project.
I know, right? So Luther is featuring SZA, and it has a Luther Vandross sample on it, and it's immediately a hit. All the girls love it. I've seen it on TikTok, scrolling, like it's already a hit. So
yeah,
I like that song a lot.
Like I was saying earlier, that was one of the other songs that I felt like would have been a normal hip hop artist. You would hear them making a song like that, and that would kind of go for it.
A generic Target packaged up nonsense like he usually likes. I love that song.
Did you just describe the song that you just said? That's what I'm saying it is. That's what that sound sounded like. It sounded like it did. It sounded like what you hear nowadays with all these other rappers where they take the old school flip. They take an old school flip and then they turn it into this. Again, that's something that's just something that y'all would, if my boy did that, it would be riding, y'all be hating to that though.
No, niggas would have, like, that's just a fun little jig. Like, if Drake did that, niggas would love that. What do you mean?
I felt like that was a Drake song. That sounded like a Drake song to me.
Oh my God. No, it didn't. SZA is literally the cheat code at this point. If you have featuring SZA, That's it. It's a hit.
Yeah, when they can just lower your vocals when you're trying to fake sing and they just put hers up. Because that's what they was doing.
That's how he always sounds. I hate when Kendrick tries to like sing for real.
He tried to do it on that song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that. Because he's not a singer at all. I hate when my rappers try to sing though. That's a sentiment that I hold across the board for all of them.
He did that a few times on this.
Except Childish Gambino.
He did it a few times on this.
I guess it's okay when Childish Gambino sings. A little bit.
I mean, if Kendrick just accepts his theater kid, personality, maybe the singing will come out easier. Just be that Glee kid.
The next song is Peekaboo. Hey, that's my bitch.
This one felt like he was trying to take from the Not Like Us train again too.
No, this was the very LA, like not rapping on beat E40 type vibe.
That's what I mean when I say that.
And this, since the album was like very much a love letter to LA and LA culture, then it fit right into what he wanted to do. That this is one of the songs that like turned me off 100% when I first heard it. But then I heard it a couple more times and then like you
brainwashed yourself into liking it.
I feel like if I heard this like drunk with my friends, like we would have a blast singing along to this together. So
it'd be a hard Young Thug song. That'd be a crazy Young Thug song. I was just the first time I did listen, I was like, oh yeah, Young Thug would have killed this.
Too bad he didn't. So the next song is
fucking hater, young. Just cause ain't nobody worshiping.
Kendrick already killed it.
Ain't nobody worshiping this little short king, and you just get upset every time.
What do you mean nobody's worshiping Kendrick?
That's what I mean. I'm not worshiping that little short king. So every time I say something,
I don't care
every time I say something about your little short master, you just be like, why are you talking about him like that?
No, I know exactly why you're talking about him like that. I'm being
honest with my opinions on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, hater.
Next is The Heart Part 6.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't have a lot of anything to say about that though.
No, I mean it felt like one of his normal songs. He did a little bit of
like Kendrick.
Cried about the little black hippie stuff and it's my fault. I want to rap like Absol. J-Rock was my man. All that stuff in there.
I'm very upset about Black Hippie not working out because I like Black Hippie a lot, but
you gotta blame Kendrick.
All of them individually have been doing their thing. I didn't like Absol's last.
Can't even blame Kendrick. He told you could. And you can't even blame him. That's crazy.
No, go ahead, blame Kendrick. But like
I'm just saying, upset.
Absol's last like couple songs that I've heard.
You like the last album? Joe said that was a cult classic. The last Absol album. I didn't
love it too much, but maybe I only
listened
to it. I need to listen to it a couple more times. So then the last song is Gloria.
Yeah, that sounded like a Childish Gambino song,
which is like a love letter to his pen, like his his relationship to hip hop and rap music and everything like that.
The pen, Whitney.
What?
The pen, then Whitney.
Like, I don't know. He talked about Whitney on the last album. We've had enough of that.
I'm sure she's had enough too. All right, so let's ask the question that really need to get to this. Was this his worst effort? Out of all of his projects, comparing Kendrick to Kendrick, was this his worst effort?
In my opinion, like like I've said before, I didn't enjoy Mr. Morale as much as I usually enjoy Kendrick's albums. This one I enjoyed a lot. So what songs am I probably not gonna go back to at all? Probably just The Heart Part 6. Gloria, I'm probably not gonna go back to. Reincarnated, I'm probably not gonna go back to. And then that's it. Out of like 12. So I enjoyed it way more than his last album. And so I don't think it was his worst effort, but it's very subjective.
Yeah, I mean, for what I'm listening to and what I've always put him into a certain particular place because he does have like that high conscious type of music or whatever. So I feel like you got to judge that under a certain type of perspective and umbrella. And this is why I would say this one is probably his worst effort because this one felt like out of all the ones that he was doing what people wanted to hear from him more so than I feel like he has in the past. I think the thing that always made him different and interesting was he would sit back, see what everybody else was doing, and then do his own thing in his music. But this felt like he was trying to pull from the Not Like Us tree. He took a lot of the music that came from it, and it just feel like it came also a little bit quick too, because wasn't his last album probably a year and a half ago?
I don't remember when it came out.
I think it came out in 23. Yeah, because he had a tour in 23, so it probably came out like before the end of 22. So just to see, interesting to see him break his normal stride once everything kind of popped up.
Yeah, it was May 13th, 2022.
So yeah, just interesting to see him break from his normal stride, kind of do this music that, for lack of a better word, is saying people want to expect it from him. So that's where, to me, kind of took back, because like I said, this has been my year of being surprised by artists that I normally don't like. J. Cole album I like this year that I normally don't like his music. I thought this was going to happen here.
You normally don't like J. Cole's
I've never liked J. Cole's music. I don't want to hear about you losing your virginity and all that country ass shit. Like, I don't want to hear about any of that.
See what I be saying?
Don't tell me about Mr. Nice Watch. I don't want to hear about that shit. That shit's fucking
That's literally bottom of the barrel. His worst
I'm just bringing up songs.
Like, Mr. Nice Watch is what you just said.
I was just shitting on it. I just said I don't want to hear that.
I know, but like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, but no, I expected that. I thought I was going to hear something different. I don't think this is the real album. I think that this is something else to expect coming out. I think this was just like a teaser preview, keeping everybody satiated, because this can't be the album. We got nothing from him out of this, if we're being honest.
We got a couple good little ditty bops. You know, I like the album. I think it was very solid. And like I said, from the Squabble Up video, I think there is going to be another album coming very soon.
I think Pitchfork said it really well in regards to their breakdown of the album. And basically what they said was, out of everything that you've done this year, all you brought to us is what we knew about you and Snoop, you being upset about something that's not even that serious, the Wayne snubbing, and being happy that, Nas was the only person that congratulated you. It was like, essentially, it was like, here, the person's statement was like, I'm all for airing out petty grievances in your raps, but when you're also chatting about saving the essence of hip hop, there has to be something deeper and at the root. Instead, this is the usual dick swinging of the hip hop elites, acting as if their genre hinges on Kendrick's personal journey to black excellence. Is this the life of hip hop outlaw? Is this that watching the party die? My man, the party might be at your own crib now. So that's what they said to him. But I just feel like that's what it was. Like, it was like, this was a very surface level, normal rap album from somebody who, right now, you're supposed to be taking your rise to the top. This is supposed to be like your first album as the new king of hip hop. Usually
when you become more mainstream, you have to like give people what they want a little bit more. So would you not think that he would need to keep the pace of Not Like Us and give people what they want, like a little bit more upbeat than Kendrick usually?
Yeah, if you're not telling
goes a little bit less like content heavy.
Yeah, when you're not supposed to be the person.
Especially when the last album was like extremely like.
But when you tell me you're this
emotional and heavy,
when you tell me you have all this integrity, when you reference this in quote unquote integrity, especially in this album, he even said it in this album, one of his songs. When you talk about this integrity, it don't matter where you rise to fame or what's the quintessential status quo of an artist. It's about you bringing who you are every time you bring a project. And that's why, again, my main gripe with him is that you play this I'm different lane, but you're the same as every other artist. You move the same. Once you get the light on you, once the label's behind you, you do and move exactly the same as any other artist, and it doesn't feel different.
I don't think any artist has that much power to move that differently if you have the same. Everyone has the same people behind them.
But every artist doesn't do the pretentious. I'm the different one in their music. Like they
a lot of them do.
No, they do it in a way where they say they're different from the system that they want to be a part of. He's trying to say I'm breaking out of the system, but it just seems like everything that you're doing is in line with what the elites would want from you.
When has Kendrick said that, like, based that he's breaking out of the system and he's doing things like differently.
I think in a lot of his social media posts, especially
what social media posts?
Can you let me answer it? When he was coming out to Mr. Morale and he was doing a lot of criticism of what the industry was going on and how music was, he's done that before. He said and done things where he has put himself a step ahead of everyone, even in his own raps. Not like the conventional, I'm just the best rap. It's like, no, I'm just a better person than all of y'all.
No, he hasn't said that.
He has implied that in his music.
No, he hasn't.
Young.
This
nigga wear a fucking cross in his head. I mean, wears a fucking crown of thorns.
His last whole album was about him being a piece of shit, garbage human being, and going through therapy and trying to literally
that's all part of
a better man,
marketing.
a better father, a better everything.
Yeah, that's part of the marketing. That's what you're supposed to do with that process. I'm just being honest with it. And like I said, from this one, I don't feel like we got that person who is now growing to that next level. It feels very cookie cutter for that like when the white people think of like the Hotep rapper, like this is who they're giving us. This is what they think it looks like, and he's kind of just moving in and following suit for what they want. Like it doesn't feel like he's resisting anything. But I mean, again, I must be a hater criticism for having that on people who speak revolutionary in their music and in their quote unquote image. So I again, this is why I don't really enjoy his type of music, because I hold people like that to a way higher standard. I'd rather just look at you being the party boy, lover boy type shit than you being this, oh, I'm the upright black man, because then I'm going to hold you to the upright black man standard. But
the thing is that Kendrick has never said he's an upright black man. He's always
on this album.
He's always said that he's working his way into trying to be that black man. And he wants to be that black man, but he is not yet that black man.
Okay, that's a very, very easy story to get around, but that's very swell.
All right, so
we got anything regarding the album we need to touch on or anything?
No, I think that's everything for the album. Yeah, it was a really good album.
So, shout out to my nigga Drake. You did exactly what I said. You went to the whites. You've been listening to the show, and I respect that. You went to the whites. The whites are going to bring you in. You gamble with the whites and you go on stream with the whites. So he was on stream with what? XQC? Mm-hmm. Shout out to that weird white boy. Went on there.
I did not like his face.
He looked like, what was that, Ninja? Remember that was the nigga that was coming up when we were like in college and stuff? Ninja was the main streamer.
He looks like he would be a Slytherin.
I can see that. But no, Drake and sat down with him. They did like a steak stream. And what y'all got to know, for all y'all trying to be goofy and shit on Drake and all that shit, what y'all got to understand is Drake is a part owner in Steak. Steak, look at this hater. Where's your stream app? Where's your gambling app? You Kendrick clones. Drake owns part of Steak. And Steak,
he ate that.
Yeah, I did. And Steak owns damn, I can't remember. Okay, no, Steak owns a part of Kick, and that's who that kid streams big time on, is on Kick. So that's where Drake is. Drake is literally just doing work. He was at work when he was with this guy. They made a little, sat down, disrespected some fragile ops, Steve Lacy.
That was mad random.
That was funny though, but the dude doesn't know nothing about Drake. That's why.
Like, what is the beef between Drake and Steve Lacy?
He probably fucked his bitch.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, that's what it always is.
Like, because there's no other reason why Drake would be calling out Steve Lacy. And then Steve Lacy replied, like, very hilariously to me. He put out he was like, who want to be fragile ops?
I didn't get that.
It's a finger heart. That's how the Asians do it. It's a heart.
Is he a straight man?
That's what I was coming here to say, because I don't want to put my sexuality on nobody else's jacket, but
but if you take a picture after I called you a fragile op with your fingers crossed,
it wasn't him.
That wasn't him. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that was him.
I'm about to say,
he
him.
he put the little emoji, and it was like.
Yeah, that was sick. I'm not there for that.
And then he also posted like the screenshot of Drake on his story with mad like laughing emojis. He was like, yo, what the fuck? I feel like Steve Lacy has no idea why Drake called him a fragile op.
He definitely knows why.
Also, I think it's really funny that Drake came at Steve Lacy because, as you know, Steve Lacy was like early Odd Future gang, right? Mm-hmm. And Drake has been liking and supporting Chromacopia. And Tyler was at the Pop Out concert. Like, he performed there. So I'm confused. Like, who's the op and who's not?
Well, Tyler, him and Tyler, he did the Camp Flognog years ago, remember?
He did. Where he was booed by the entire crowd because there's a different part of hip hop. The Tyler, the Kendrick people who don't want to see Drake, especially because he replaced somebody. I don't remember who he replaced.
He didn't replace anybody. Tyler said that he had a special guest and everybody thought it was gonna be Frank.
Yes. If you expected Frank Ocean and you get Drake, I would be pissed off.
He gave him a great show, Drake.
I would be so pissed off. No, everybody booed him.
Yeah, that's because they didn't want
to. Nobody there enjoyed him.
Doesn't mean it wasn't a great show.
They did not want to see him because they were not fans of him. So, but then Tyler came out and he was like, please stop booing my friend. We're actually friends. Don't do that.
They still kept booing him.
Yeah, they did, because fuck that nigga. But I thought that was hilarious that, like, you fuck with Frank. I mean, you fuck with Tyler, but you calling Steve a fragile op, and they mans, like.
But he's also, like you say, he just did the pop out with Kendrick, so we know Tyler go both ways. It's always cool for him to do.
No, I'm not talking about Tyler. Tyler is mans with Steve, and he's mans with the entire of TDE, and they've been close for a very long time. They're all from LA. They've been making music for a long time. I just think it's interesting that, like, Tyler's mad at, Drake is mad at Steve, but not Tyler, because Drake was just now liking Chromacopia posts, like,
but that's because
a couple weeks ago.
Drake ain't fucking none of Tyler's twinks, so they safe, so they ain't got nothing to beef about. So what happens? Sometimes you gotta keep a little gay nigga by you.
Yeah, I'm done.
Did he go at anybody else from at the stream? I don't think he went anybody. I think he went into his little rant where he talked about where his mind and body and soul was.
Yeah,
I respected that. Y'all was calling out. Y'all tried to say he got a bald spot. That was hate.
He definitely do got a bald spot. He's balding,
almost
but it's
40.
fine. He's getting older. Yeah,
he's almost 40. What do you expect?
Yeah, you got a bald spot too.
No, I don't. That's hate. That's hate. We ain't talking about your spots.
What bald spot do I have?
I'm not gonna put you out there like that.
Where?
See, that's why. See how I'm better than you, because I don't have to bring such low blows to you.
Where is the bald spot?
I'm not gonna embarrass you. My wife. Why would I want to show my wife's flaws to the world?
Because there is none.
Why would I want to do that?
My mom would have told me while she was braiding my. She would have like, bitch.
She just braided around it. I seen her. She braided. She did a little round braid. But shout out to her.
Yeah,
that's a good lady. But
a liar with bad taste in music.
What does that make you? What does that make you? But no, I think everything else from the stream wasn't too major. I think the biggest thing that kind of came out of it was the next day when you could tell he was a little upset. Like, no, run the paperwork in. We going now. Everything coming out.
He also in the beginning of the stream was like, he got up and spun around. He was like, here, full in mind, body, and soul, because you can't take me out with fairy tales.
That was hard.
Take me out with facts.
That was hard.
You think everything
mines can't take me out with fairy tales.
Oh my God.
Facts only.
Oh my God.
Facts only.
The Canadian accent is amongst one of the worst accents that has ever fell
Brody
upon my ears.
Hey Brody.
It sounds
hey,
so
Brody.
disgusting. It sounds like it shouldn't exist. Like, it sounds like somebody made it up in like a South Park.
I was right. I was right. I told y'all what was going to happen and what was happening. You didn't listen. I told y'all this was a coordinated attack. And now Drake has made a petition to let y'all niggas know what's really going on here. All right. So, ma'am, do you want to break down the information that this came out over the last few days with the 2 petitions Drake has put out against not Kendrick Lamar, you foolish people out there, UMG and Spotify.
Yeah. So Drake is suing UMG and Spotify in a lawsuit that he recently filed. So there were 2 lawsuits. The first one is saying that Kendrick would not have gotten those streams without UMG making a deal with Spotify. He's saying that they conspired to fire employees at Spotify that were loyal to Drake and replace them with employees that were loyal to Kendrick. He was saying that payola was happening. So payola is when you are paying the radio to play the song. Illegally, which is illegal. Who said that's illegal? The FTC or something like that?
Or is it FCC?
FCC, yes. There was also a whistleblower. So the whistleblower was on Academic Stream. Allegedly, and this is the whistleblower, and he.
Well, they didn't say that in the document. That's why they just said it was on a popular podcast.
Okay, but we know who it is.
That's why I said to say allegedly.
Okay, he went on Academic Stream and he said that he was paid $5,000 to
bot it up.
Yeah,
hit the bots out. The bots were working overtime.
Yes. So the lawsuit was filled by Frozen Moments, which is Drake's company that's existed since 2009. It's been an LLC, and it's the copyright holder of all of his videos and his music. And they're claiming that Drake suffered financial losses as a result of UMG and Spotify's coordinated attack to boost Kendrick's Not Like Us streams, because there were instances where people were like, hey Siri, play Certified Lover Boy, and it would start playing Not Like Us. Also
Lauren from the Breakfast Club, she also did some additional reporting where she went into some more detail where we're saying not only was it just the inflating of the Not Like Us music, but it was the fact that he was discussing, which I said that he was doing. He was in discussions to have a new deal. He was in renegotiations. So what they were doing was actively putting money into someone or something that was going to harm him during renegotiations. They weren't taking into consideration that he was one of their biggest products. Again, I said this prior. You can't be number 40, number 30 in the rankings and then go at the top 5, nigga. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't happen anywhere, especially when I'm in my last. I only have one more album left on my deal. This is what's being reported. He has one more album left on his deal. That means I am in constant renegotiation at all times. I am on my lame duck deal. So anything I do with the label has to do with the label is about me negotiating with y'all. So this is what the main thing is talking about. A lot of y'all people over here saying, oh, why is he filing this paper? Why is he doing all this? I want you to know, y'all niggas would have hated on Martin Luther King. Because when niggas stand up and resist some shit, y'all niggas always have a problem. Y'all want niggas to sit down and just take shit because that's what you did.
Did you just compare Drake to Martin Luther goddamn King?
I compared someone who was fighting a system of oppression and y'all using that like a problem. Like because
after he has benefited from said system already.
That's the best way to know about it.
Universal Music Group is using payola and bots to boost Kendrick's streams. Has Drake not been benefiting from this probably for God knows how long?
To benefit from something is hard, also to expose it. So I can't just.
So this is not a valiant effort that he's making for the goddamn people.
Yes, it is.
This is something that has stopped benefiting him, and now he's mad, and now he's throwing a goddamn bitch fit. He is not Martin Luther King. How did you just fix your goddamn mouth
at this fucking moment?
Fucking nonsense.
At this fucking moment.
Oh my God.
Drake is Fred Hampton.
I am taking it back.
And Kendrick is William O'Neal. That's what you need to know.
I am taking it back.
Appalled. Like I said, at this moment right now, Drake is Fred Hampton and Kendrick is William O'Neal. All right. That's exactly what's going on right now.
What the fuck is this man saying out of his American mouth?
That's what's going on right now. We have the
African American mouth.
We have one of the number one
Regardless
black
of
artists.
What it looks like, this is a fully black man saying bullshit right now.
That's fucking hate. But right now we have, for the second time in our lives, we've seen one of the top artists actually go and fight the record label.
I gotta take my cardigan off.
No, this is we on some real shit here right now.
No, we on some bullshit.
No, it's not.
That's what we on.
This is the problem
you
here.
On some bullshit.
This is the problem here is that you see a man fighting the label and the first thing you do is worry about how you feel about the man.
This is not how I feel about the man. This is the very simple matter of you're trying to make it seem like he is doing this, like it's for the people, like he's fighting injustice, when that's not what he's doing. He has the system that is in place, he has stopped benefiting from. So now he's trying to change it. When other people were being fucked for God knows how long and he was benefiting from it, he didn't give a fuck. And now he's part of being fucked. And now he has a problem with it. He's not Martin Luther King because of that. You're insane.
No, because what you're doing here is saying, oh, while other people were getting fucked, there was a difference between getting fucked, man. My music is getting preferential treatment over your music. Granted, that's wrong because of our way our contracts are set up. No one's saying that, but we don't know if Drake is authorizing this, because of course he's not. He's not the head person up there.
No,
the people who get money from hold on. The people who get money from inflating someone's numbers is the label. It's not the artist. So again, this is all on what the label wants to do in that regard.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody in Drake's position can see, hey, this is what they can do. Yes, they can pump you up, but then they can also call you a pedophile and then pump that up. So I can understand where I see, hold up, just because this did good for me, this system needs to go down because this is too much power for anybody. So no, I do see Drake as a noble. I do see this him being his Sam Cooke moment. This is his moment, his Michael Jackson moment.
Stop.
No, y'all don't want to see that.
You can say Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson did this exact thing, but don't compare him to any civil rights goddamn leaders.
But please. I'm saying y'all would hate this nigga if he was.
Michael Jackson, you literally also sued Universal Music Group. So that
no, he didn't. He sued Sony.
He sued Sony. Okay, so that makes sense for you to compare him to that. I'll agree to that.
I'm comparing him to Sam Cooke too. Because Sam Cooke was another person who was fighting for artists in a real way. And this is what y'all don't understand is Kendrick, if he is complicit in this, he is complicit in stealing from his fellow artists. Again, something that he advocates this integrity for. You are literally stealing from your fellow artists. They were over there changing songs. This is what Drake's teams allege, that they were changing when you would request Certified Lover Boy or request Drake music. Yeah. They were pushing you to Kendrick's music.
Yeah, they were.
So then that's a fucking problem. That's stealing from people's music.
That's something that allegedly was happening, like when you requested it on Siri or like.
I seen people doing videos about it when it was happening. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Where this is insane. You're stealing from other artists.
So there was back a couple years ago, Spotify users were demanding refunds because Drake's music was like in gospel playlists. His music was in like pop playlists. His music was in like K-pop playlists. Like, and they like Drake was being forced on them and they didn't like it. So this happened in 2018.
I don't see anything wrong with that happening. And I think there's nothing wrong with him pushing that as well.
Yeah, he's already benefited.
Like
let's talk about.
Hold on before you do that. I think that's a problem that we have when we criticize people taking a stand. You have to experience the privilege in a particular way to know where it's fundamentally wrong at. Because nobody wants to hear the nigga who's at the bottom complaining about the niggas at the top. But if somebody who's already at the top is complaining about the top, that makes things change. You know how Trump got in office? Because he said, "Oh, I'm snitching on how y'all do." I'm just listening. He acted like he was snitching on how all the rich people get through taxes.
Yeah, and then he gave them more tax cuts.
But I'm saying he galvanized people in that way because they made him feel like he was
people to make them feel like they were part of the fight.
No, he didn't. He didn't lie. He made it seem like he was telling a secret that everybody already knew. So this wasn't a lie. He just told dumb people something.
Manipulated them.
Yeah, okay, that's a better word. But he told dumb people something that was common knowledge, and then they felt like, oh, he's one of us because of that.
But same thing with Drake. He's suing Universal Music Group for bots and streaming and like skewing playlists, and have music podcasts not been talking about that for a long time. Joe and them, they've been talking about Apple Music and Spotify playlisting and stuff like that, and then streaming and how like that fucks artists over and stuff like that. So like Drake told us he's suing them for something that everyone already knew was common knowledge. Just like Donald Trump galvanized a bunch of stupid fucking people spewing a bunch of stuff that was already common knowledge.
Yes, but this is this situation where he's showing how it can actually be used to hurt somebody. This is the first time. One of the important things,
because he was hurt by it.
Well, it's not just that. It's one of the important things in cases like this is that you have to show malice. So when there's no real way to show malice that someone's getting preferential treatment without some type of some insidious or some serious action behind it. So with this one, you can show, hey, y'all are pushing my name, putting it through the mud, trying to bring down my value while I renegotiate. So that's why I think this can all make sense in the long run.
This is the first time that we've seen like this with a beef 100%. So that's why I'm interested to see what the outcome of this specific lawsuit is going to be, because if Drake's lawyers can somehow prove that a diss led to him making less money, and then what like financial payout he could possibly get from that, if they're able to prove that, then that's going to be something very interesting for us to like follow along with. I think.
I don't think it's going to be necessarily a payout for him.
No, he wants money.
I think so. No, I think what he's doing right now is he's putting evidence in, because this isn't a lawsuit yet. He's just putting essentially he's just putting evidence into discovery.
Things, yeah,
he's putting evidence into discovery so they can finalize their lawsuit.
Also, so Universal Music Group would be stopped from like deleting emails and messages and coordination and like transfers and wires and stuff like that.
So this is allowing him to. I think what he's really doing is just putting them on the spot.
Yeah.
They don't really want this to go to court. He probably doesn't really want this to go to court. He wants to either
What do you think is going to happen?
I think one or two things is going to happen. Either they're going to try to take this to court and we'll see what the courts decide, or he's going to get that new deal that he was trying to get before he turned 40. Like I said, with that was his biggest plan in there. And I think that's what's either going to happen. You already see in his documents, they said they were willing to throw Kendrick Lamar under the bus. So they proved right there.
They said that.
They like you should go after him instead of us.
Yeah.
But again, as a real nigga, Drake understands this isn't about me and him going at it about that, because he wouldn't have did that if y'all wouldn't have put the battery in his back. Y'all put the battery in his back.
Hated Drake for a long time.
But it was never been
shots back and forth.
You're
for
right.
A long time.
You're right. But it was never beneficial for him to just try to destroy Drake. They made it beneficial for him to try to destroy Drake.
I feel like Kendrick has always been that type of nigga, though.
But
he's come at all the niggas on top control.
Yes, that's not trying to destroy a nigga. That's keeping it hip hop. He went and destroyed this nigga.
Fisticuffs.
Like this a totally different way. You know how like we'll see artists or people that we listen to on podcasts and they won't talk about a certain person just because of whatever relationship they have, or they won't go as hard for a person. Remember when Roy said that the people in the media in New York had a code where they didn't talk about each other? Like, that's what I'm saying, where it's different, where when someone tells me I can take the cuffs off now, there's no restraints on me now, there's a different level of vitriol I'm going to come with. So
you think UMG was like trying to stop him from dissing Drake before, and then...
I think he knew that if he went at their top dog, there would be repercussions for it.
So, like, what happened that made him get the green light? Did they come to him specifically?
I think they gave him an okay. They told him something that explained that, hey, you're gonna be all right.
See, my thing is, if that was the case, then he might have been trying to do that from the beginning. Because why would they be like, okay, it's okay for you to go at him now, when he wasn't trying to go at him before?
Well, he just said he was. He wasn't.
It was like little subliminal.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit.
There's a you have to put it in perspective. There's a difference. I can take a shot at you and if not say your name, not do any of that. Mm-hmm. And then when I get the okay, now I'm saying, hey Drake, I heard him like you young. You heard you like him young. There's a difference between that now.
You better ever go to cell block 1.
There's a difference in how I'm being allowed to attack you. And you know that when there's certain people in the room who now they're giving you the understanding that I'm on your side. I want to see you win. I'm giving you this nod. And he's not getting that now.
UMG, y'all did not have to do all that. We was going to play that song. We was playing that song. Everywhere, in real life, everywhere I went for that, like, couple weeks, I heard that song. Everyone was talking about that song. All of my friends, we were playing that song on repeat. We would play it. And then play it again, and then play it again. That song went platinum in my car alone. Y'all didn't have to, it wasn't in playlist. I searched it, I added it to my library personally. Like, there was no reason that y'all needed to do that. It caught fire fucking regardless.
There is a reason.
That's one of the most catchy diss songs, like, in the history of hip hop.
There is a reason why they had to do that.
It wasn't the worst. It was probably the worst.
There's a reason why they had to do that, though. in their line of work and their business, when you're up there, there is no, we want to hope this happens. Yeah. There is no where we want to make, where we're trying to hope something like this happens. No, we ensure that this happens.
I get that, but it was going to happen regardless.
Shit, remember I was telling you earlier, that's what happened with the first presidential election in this country. Yeah. They rigged that shit to make sure it happened the way, even though they didn't have to.
Yeah.
But
I didn't have to do that.
In regards to them, in their mind, they have to do that because the only thing that's important is the outcome that they want. Mm-hmm. So no, we're going to give the X amount of dollars. We're going to give the cuts to Spotify so that when they push the music out, we know it's going to be everywhere. And that's where it's important.
Do you want to get into the second lawsuit that Drake dropped? So
it was just a defamation. It's just, to me, it's just more him piggybacking off of what he did the first one. It's a defamation lawsuit that's more in line with
what was said.
Yeah, essentially, the first one says, "Hey, y'all were inflating this song," and then the second one is you're inflating this song to then, have a
defame my character.
Yeah, defame my character, make me look harder to negotiate in my future contracts with y'all. So.
Yeah, because that seems like their whole thing is they're trying to not pay him a lot of money when he renegotiates.
Yeah, that's what it was.
They're trying to not have it be the biggest contract, the LeBron of all contracts or whatever the fuck in music, and pay that man. Like,
see, but no, this is where the worry about. This is why I don't think it's gonna go to court, because if he wins that court case, not only does he get the money, potentially the money he could get out of that, then he also still gets his own music to push out and sell after this win. Because that's when they took out Mike, was after he won all his cases and he was about to go on tour again. So, I mean, if
that's what has been a conversation too, like if Drake decided to like go like a more independent route.
The thing about the independent route,
I think Drake should do that regardless. I think that's that's what you need to do, sir.
The independent route sounds cool when you're okay with making hundreds of thousands, but when you're playing with hundreds of millions, you need that kind of infrastructure. It's just you can never hire enough people to be able to do that at the level that they've done it for years.
Even if you're Drake?
Yeah, they have the relationships, because Drake can't speak to everybody to make everything happen. So you have to hire people that have relationships. So if these people that you have a difficulty getting those relationships, you may not get the best result like you would with the label. The label is going to make sure you get prime selection. They make sure you're on the right places at the right time. That's going to be in line with other people who are doing business, so that, just like with Kendrick, we seen, you did not like us. Now you're on the Super Bowl. People pushing your product now here and there. You seen all these ads with them. So it's all a part of it. This nigga called a man a pedophile, and we got McDonald's saying honey mustard. Like, what are we doing?
The NFL too.
It's insane. It's insane.
Mustard.
That's insane.
It's so fun.
We got anything else we got to get to, or?
No, that's it. Like,
right.
I wanted to keep this concise. There were a couple things that we could talk about, but it's okay.
Well, we want to thank y'all for doing this special episode with us.
Oh my God, we have another special episode coming.
Oh, I mean, well, we don't know yet.
Hopefully.
So we got to hopefully that.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So
manifesting.
We're just going to, we'll wait till that happens.
I deserve it all. We deserve it all. Period.
Oh my goodness. Well, again, I want to thank y'all for listening to this special episode with us. I want to make sure y'all all have an amazing holiday. Appreciate just everything y'all been with us in regards to our growth and getting to where we're at. We're nowhere close to where we want to be at, but
nope.
Y'all have been helping us so far of getting there, and we just really appreciate that. And then Farrah,
if you consistently watch, we absolutely love you so much, and we appreciate you, and just stick with us, please.
And I do want to say I'm so thankful for you and all of your hard work that you've done and that you put into this. Just seeing, your energy grow and your enthusiasm and ambition grow. I just appreciate you so much for everything that you've done.
Thank you, baby.
You've done a really great job, and you've been so amazing at this. So
you too, babe.
All right, you're listening to Talk FNF TV. I'm not going to do none of that extra stuff this time because it's a special episode. This still going to be episode 69, so we a freaky ass pod.
Yeah.
But let them know what they can do for us, baby.
Follow us on all of the social media at talk.fnf.tv. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of the things. Please, Debate with us in the comments. I want to debate with y'all. I'll actually reply if y'all not being disrespectful as fuck. I love you guys. Bye.
Just for the record, y'all saw how I just said I was thankful for her and she didn't say anything to me. But we out of here.
Oh my God.